Hi. Look, I thought I'd just do this little quick little video for maybe two reasons. One, well, just show people, I guess, watermelons, but also a little bit of selfishness from my part, as I have a bit of a question about them. I mean, you'll see with any of the videos, I'm no expert by any means on this side of things. I'm just, you know, learning as I go, particularly in the vegetable garden. You know, one of the things that really amazed me when I started to grow my own vegetables was how, obviously I knew where everything came from. You know, I wasn't that much of a city person where I didn't know where that you know, watermelons came from a vine or that sort of thing. But I did realize that there was I had a huge hole in my knowledge about the seasons, about when to plant things, crop rotation, those sort of things. A lot of stuff that, you know, if we go back into the past, people would have taken for granted if they had to grow their own food, I guess. So I've been really intrigued about learning that side of it. And here's another classic example. It was the watermelons that I got here. I didn't actually plant them this year. I had a watermelon seed, just a watermelon plant came up in the garden. It must have been from my compost that I put in there, and so I just let it grow anyway. I mean, that's great. And I've got a stack of watermelons, 20 odd watermelons in there. But it did teach me one lesson from that side of it, that the vines really spread out, and you can't see it on the camera at the moment, but where they really spread out behind the vine, it took off out of the garden bed and onto the lawn, which isn't really a problem, but I couldn't mow in there, and what I've found is that watermelons really take a long time to ripen, and so the grass is now, you know, 4 or 5 foot tall, because I haven't been able to mow in there. And again, it doesn't really matter, but it's a little bit unsightly, and it is just something to keep in mind when you're planting those sort of things, like pumpkins. Cucumbers, I said, not too bad, you can grow them on the vines. Pumpkins I have seen growing on the vines, on a trellis, so you can grow them vertically. I haven't had that much success doing pumpkins vertically. They seem to, particularly the big ones, get too heavy and drop off pretty early in the stage. But keep that in mind with watermelons anyway, that they especially the vines really go a long way. Maybe you could train them back in a little bit. I just let them go because we've got plenty of space anyway. But yeah, but so as you can see, I've got a couple of them here. They didn't get huge. They maybe came a little bit late in the season. It was probably about midsummer when the little seed popped up by accident. But instead I let it go on that side of it. But the watermelons are scattered out all over the place, but I've got 3 of here. These are probably one of the first ones that came on the vine, and they grow really rapidly. It's amazing. It's so cool to watch the watermelons swell up. They really grow pretty fast, and I made sure to give them plenty of water and keep that up to them. But I thought, you know, after a long time, I thought, oh, the watermelons would be probably ripe by now. It's probably good 4 months or so, I guess, on that side, maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, somewhere around 4, no more than 5 months for sure, since the fruit came on. I know with rock melons, or cantaloupe you might call them, certainly those, you leave them on the vine until you sort of pick them and they just fall off the vine, and that's ready to go. And I've looked up a little bit about watermelons, and it is described as one of the more difficult ones to tell. I learnt the hard way. I picked the first one and thought, great, so I got it into the kitchen, went to cut it open, and oh, it was still green. My mouth was watering, wanting to eat this watermelon, and no, definitely not. So I've left them now, and I'm still hesitating, because that one, when I picked the green one, was probably 2 weeks ago, so I thought I'd leave it. What I did read was that you need to let the vine, almost this section, if you can see it here, where the vine attaches to the watermelon itself, that should die off and brown up. So this one has, and the vine is now starting to die, as you can see on that side of it. But still, some of the other vine is growing, and I think I'm going to leave these just for another 1 or 2 weeks before I pick them. I guess you could go overripe, but I think after that last experience, I'd give it a little bit longer and then see. So if anyone's got any tips or ideas on how you can tell, I mean, I've done the tapping sound and they sound hollow, and it's certainly the green one I picked. I thought, oh, it must be ripe for sure. It sounded hollow, but no, it's definitely green. So, and the smell, you know, I can't get really any smell out of these. Again, with the cantaloupe or the rock melons, you could smell that they were ripe. So, yeah, if anyone's got any tips or ideas on easy ways to tell whether a watermelon is ripe or not, then please put it down the bottom under the video. Put some notes. I'd love to. I'll respond for sure. But I guess one of the things that I did read about, and I would recommend to other people planting watermelons, is to have a look of the variety that you've got and how long they recommend that the fruit will take to ripen. And then once you see the first fruit appear, maybe mark it on your calendar or in your diary, and then sort of track it from there, because then you would know if it's been, as you see, I'm guessing it's 4 or 5 months. It's so easy to lose track of when you planted the thing. So, but at least if you've got it noted down, you can say, right, well, they should be ripe within 4 months, and you won't pick them perhaps a month earlier like I did, where they were definitely not ripe. So, yeah. Anyway. Hopefully we'll get some ideas, and I'll look in a couple of weeks. I'll pick it, and you can see whether I'm happy and eating watermelon, or I'm a bit sad and we've still got green fruit. So anyway, we'll see. Thanks for watching. Cheers.